Hello, my name is Aiden. I am the lead programmer for the game entry that we made called Labyrinth. And today I just wanted to kind of do a quick rundown of everything how it works behind the scenes, because our game does a few things that are more unique than most even professional games do. Um, the thing about our game that's unique is that we made our own custom game engine. Now, what a game engine is it's a set of supplies, or basically a set of tools that will help you create a game. So, for example, let's say a professional company wanted to make a game to sell. They would license a game engine, and they would use those tools to easily make a game. And that would handle things like rendering, collisions, physics, things like that. And then they would just make the game using those tools. Well, with our engine, or with our game, we actually made those tools that we then used. So everything that our game uses not only was made with everything written by us, but the tools were also written by us. And I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown of how that works. So there's four primary parts to the engine. There is the engine, or the level builder, the resources, the save file, and the game code. And those four things all kind of like connect to each other to make our game Labyrinth. And First, I'm going to show off the engine. This was the level builder. This was one of the first things that we made, which is a level builder that I built from scratch. Not the programming language Scratch. It was written mostly in JavaScript with some CSS and HTML. And what it is this is what we use to make the level and physical geometry in Labyrinth. As you can see, this is a level that our level designer Vinny has made. And how this works is basically you create the level in this. So you need to fill out all this data. You add some what we call types and image files, and you get the image file. I'll get into where you get the image files in a second. But basically, let's say I want something that it will have the function of a wall. So I'll click wall, and then I want it to be the texture of stone bricks. I'll click that, and then I can place the tile to grid. And we can see if I click down, then it will place the stone brick to the grid. And I can click a bunch everywhere, and it will add them to the grid. And this is the list of tiles that it will add things to. Sometimes it takes a second because it's such a big level, but there it goes. And this is the list of all the tiles. You can delete them. So we'll probably see some holes and stuff here. Or actually, yep, stone bricks. So we'll see some holes, and yep, right there. And so it's a fully working thing. If we want to zoom in, we can zoom in like that. Have some more precision while we place tiles. There's also like a fill tool that you can use. See, there's it placing right now. But anyway, that's how this works. But what's important about this is it doesn't just make this on the screen. Because if we scroll down to the bottom, you'll see that we have a download.js. So if we do that, then it will download a file to your computer. This is generated by this program that I wrote. And I'll download it to your computer, and it will make something that looks similar to this right here. Now what this is this is the save file that I was talking about. And it might look a bit complicated, but I'm going to kind of go through what it means. So each tile that you place is this thing right here. This that I've highlighted right here is a tile. And the information stored in that tile is its X coordinate, its Y coordinate, its type, its image, and then its image in quotation marks. And there's that over and over again for every tile that you've placed. So like you can see, this one has different coordinates, but it's the same wall and stuff. And it scrolls all the way down. So that's generated by the level builder, and I can show you the code in a second. And it generates all this data based on what you've placed. And we then use that. We use that with the the game code, which I'll open in a second. Actually, first I'll open brackets so you can kind of see what the code all looks like. So for the level builder engine, this is the game code. I'll just scroll through it really quick. This is what's used to keep track of everything and generate the text that you use. It is 541 lines of code. And you can see I just scrolled through it really quick. It's a fully working GUI that can be used for a lot of different things, and we've used it for Labyrinth. But then that will create the save file that I showed you earlier, and that will be used by the game code, which is this right here. Now the game code, what that's in charge of is the actual functions of the game. So that'll be things like your player movement and the skeletons moving and collision detection, having the camera follow the player. That's all done in this code, and this is actually quite a bit longer. So this is 838 lines of code, all written by me for this project. And so all the tools and everything were written by me for the project. Another thing that we did is all the art for the game was also made by us. So if I go into images, this is where all the art is stored. So if we look into the files, you'll see various like different like textures and things that we've made. And so each of these is like basically would be the texture for a tile. And then that all comes together, and that would make comes together to make this game right here, which is what we've entered into the contest, where it's fully workable. This is one of the levels that Vinny made, and you can shoot arrows, and it's just a polished game that is our final product that we've worked on all year. So I hope you've enjoyed our game. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. And thank you very much for watching. This is Aiden, and I'm the lead programmer. Thank you for watching.